Okay, I think we are ready to kick this off. So welcome everyone to another Power Talk. And today we are talking about the how and why to use the client portal. So very excited to bring this presentation to you. The client portal is a fantastic feature that has been, one of the most utilized features that we have in Powder, and it makes a significant difference to how practices operate. So it's great to have this opportunity, and thank you for everyone who is joining us wherever you are in the world for this Power Talk. Okay, so today you've got hosting this myself and Irina. So I am the co-founder and head of customer success at Powder. I'm a registered psychologist, and over the years, it's actually how Powder came to be, was looking at the needs that we had within our practice. And long story short, partnering with my brother Paul, who has a very strong IT background, we co-founded Powder and grew it over time to what it is today. And what Powder sort of really allowed us to do in our private practice was to grow a private practice. And from when we started out, it was my wife and I, so she's a psychologist also. And by using the platform and sort of building out features that really helped to facilitate the provision of healthcare in a really efficient way, and meant that we could grow that practice, so that we could sort of automate as many things as possible, and that that has led to where we are today. And with me on the webinar we have Irina, and I'll let Irina introduce herself, and over to you, Irina, to give us a little bit of background about who you are and what we're here to talk about today.
Thank you, Damien. Yes, hello everyone. Yes, my name is Irina, or Irina. You can say it whatever when you see me in Zoom, maybe. Yes, so I work in the customer success team, and I have spent some time on developing and updating our knowledge base, so writing all those articles for you. Yes, and I have almost 2 years experience with Power Diary now. You can see that in those times my hair grew shorter, but my knowledge of the product hopefully grew bigger. So here I am today with you, yes, to offer some of my experience.
Yes, and I think it's the last webinar that we did. So Irina, you're back due to popular demand. So we did a webinar back a few months ago now. It would be, and we've had lots of good feedback about that. And I understand when you're on support, people are recognising you from your webinar appearance. So great to sort of have you back on. And now, one thing I should just flag for everyone, where I am, I've been having a few internet problems the last couple of days. So we are hoping that it will all stay okay for this as we go live with this. But if I do happen to drop out, I'll rejoin again. Irina is about 100 kilometers away from where I am, so she's not affected by the internet issues that we're having in this area at the moment. So if that does happen, Irina will carry on, and I will rejoin. So hopefully we'll be right. But if that does happen, I disappear. That's what it is. But we want to go ahead anyway with the webinar. Okay, let's jump into it. So what we're going to cover today is why the client portal, what it can actually do to grow your business, and why clients sort of absolutely love it. And we've found that over the years, some people they will implement it at the start of their practice. Some people will implement it after they've been operating for a while and sort of get comfortable with how things how the program works. But really, one way or the other, get it into your practice, it makes such a difference. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at how to sort of use it and how, to set it up in a way that reduces your administration time and costs, and also how you can use it to increase your cash flow, because that's a whole side of the client portal that people often sort of don't think about, but it can actually really increase your cash flow, as well as reduce sort of friction, at reception, and reduce those sort of costs. And we're going to go through some pro tips and tricks for seamless implementation. So we'll go through configuration, how it sort of operates, and how to set up in a way that just really works as smooth as possible and gives your staff and your clients a great experience. Okay, so in terms of why to use it, and there's lots of reasons that we'll just sort of cover this very briefly, that there are, as I'm sure everyone out there watching is aware, that when you're booking and managing client, the administrative components of booking appointments, processing payments and invoices and so forth, there's a lot of time actually involved in that, and it's broken up as well into a few different touch points, and that sometimes can sort of mask the total amount of time that can be spent, even just with one client. If we look at the initial kind of when they contact to book an appointment, depending if they ring on the phone, there can be sometimes 5 to 10 minutes of getting information, particularly if they're a new client. Then at the checkout process at the counter, people can be, we look at sometimes it takes about 10 minutes, for people to sort of pay for an appointment and process, particularly if there can be a bit of a backlog. People often operate their practices, on an hour or half hour, but if you've got multiple practitioners finishing at the same time, then it can become this sort of choke point at the admin sort of side of things. And then, there can be time involved in either producing an invoice or even retrieving invoices. So I'm sure we've all had those circumstances where, a client contacts needing copies of old invoices or something, and someone has to go in and sort of generate those, from the system and email them out. So all those things sort of add up, and there can be up to 25 minutes involved of administrative time that is sort of often hidden. People often think, oh, wouldn't be quite that much, but actually when you break it down and you average it out, it can really be quite significant. So with the client portal, what it really does is provides 24/7 access to clients, so that clients can utilize it and book when they want to, not just during the hours in which you might be available, or have someone available to take calls and to take bookings. So imagine if someone wakes up at 4 a.m. because they've got a sore back, and they want to book in an appointment with their their health practitioner, whether it's a massage therapist or a chiro, an osteo, physio, wherever it might be. Then you want them to be able to take action at that time and book that appointment in. And of course, with the client portal, they can do that. Sometimes we find everyone is busy. You get there may be someone who wants to book a psychology or counselling session, but by the time they've picked up the kids and got them in home and into bed and all the rest of it, then that's when they kind of think, oh, I didn't end up ringing to book that appointment. So again, the client portal means that when people think of it, they can actually jump in and do that. So it gives that access and takes the pressure off the administrative services, because people are sort of taking care of those things themselves. There's also the sort of what we call like a free flowing reception experience, and it's really amazing to sit in the reception area of a practice that is utilizing the full functionality of the client portal, because people come in, they've already got everything booked and taken care of, they have the appointment, and when they leave, there's actually almost no contact with reception, because if the client portal has been fully implemented, the person has prepaid for their appointment, and they have rebooked already and booked a series of appointments already. So they finish the appointment and essentially just walk out through reception. So you get this very free sort of flowing experience, and you don't end up with that kind of bottleneck. The other things that we know, statistically, very, very significant is the reduction in no-shows and unpaid invoices. And of course, this leads to increased, cash flow and increased efficiency of your utilization of your practitioner time, because we know, of course, that a no-show or an unpaid invoice is sort of money down the drain. So where people have booked, they're able to to prepay or pay a deposit, which we'll show you how to do. Then what we find is that affects the way the sort of patient or client behavior as well, because they're prepaid, they're more likely to attend. If they don't attend, then you're not left chasing no-show fees and things as well. So it really helps in the bottom line as well. And finally, I think from a I guess the experience for the client, it means that I guess the expectations over time are that clients want to be able to control more of their sort of healthcare and more of the management of that. And so by providing the client portal, it's a very sort of I guess projects a professional and streamlined client experience. So people kind of feel like it's great, it's convenient, it's sort of facilitating and allowing me to access care in the way that I would like and when it suits me. So now there's a whole bunch of other things of why to use the client portal. We could spend the whole webinar talking about that, but just some highlights there that really it can be a transformative thing to implement within your practice. And then we'll jump into some key sort of functionality here, and then Irina's going to sort of take us through some of the nuts and bolts of sort of setting it up and a lot of the different configuration options. So with the sort of key functionality, the way that it works for those who aren't experienced yet with it or haven't had a play with it is essentially it is a part of your Power Diary account. It's a standalone component of the account that links up to all the information that you have in your account, and it allows clients to be able. So you put a link essentially on your website, which is or on your social pages, which we'll talk about a bit further. But it allows clients then to be able to jump on and perform a range of features or a range of functions. And you can control which of these they do. So that we're going to go through and discuss the capabilities, but there might be some things that you don't want clients doing, and you can control that. And Irina will sort of take you through how to do that. But at a very sort of high level, they can book appointments. So whether it's individual appointments or group appointments, they can also book appointments on behalf of someone else that is linked within their profile. So if you've got perhaps a parent who also has some kids going to your practice, then this enables that parent to jump on and to book appointments on behalf of their child. It also allows clients to cancel appointments if you turn that feature on, but you can also control the amount of lead time or amount of notice that that you require to cancel appointments to avoid last-minute sort of cancellations. It also allows you to, or clients to view and download and also pay invoices. So this really assists in terms of reducing those sort of phone calls and requests for copies of invoices and things. And of course, allowing them to pay invoices online, whether it's at the time of booking or whether it's that the person, you want them just to log on to the client portal and just select some outstanding invoices they might have. That can be done. And of course, it also allows them to view their upcoming appointments. So it reduces those phone calls of clients ringing up and saying, oh, I can't remember when my appointment was. How many ahead do I have booked? They can actually log in and they can see those upcoming appointments. So again, it takes that pressure off. It's convenient for the client. In terms of payments, there's the option there to collect full payment or partial payment or no payment at all, completely up to you. But so you can kind of select, what works for your context. And importantly, the client portal also allows or has a function where you can trigger automatic communication to go out based on certain things. So if it's a brand new client, for instance, the first time they've been on the client portal or registered with you, you can set up automatic communication that goes out that then has links to forms that you might want them to complete prior to coming in. So it has online forms built in where you can ask them to complete those. So it means, again, it makes the administrative component very efficient because you're collecting all that information prior to that first appointment, and it's getting populated directly into the client profile in a lot of cases as well. So it makes the whole thing a lot smoother. It means that people don't have to come in early and sit in the waiting room and fill out some manual paper form that someone then has to key into the system. So so you can do these things, and you can also notify through these automatic communications, notify your team and notify practitioners or administrative staff of actions that have been taken on the client portal. So it keeps everyone in the loop. Have I missed anything there, Irina, that you wanted to add in?
No, I think you've covered it all beautifully. I'm even thinking you let out too much. Still in my thunder. Yeah, maybe I wanted to talk more about the communication. No, thank you. That's great. And yeah, if you keep watching on, we will tell you exactly how to set all these up.
All these things. Perfect. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I'm foreshadowing too much of what we've got coming. All right. So what we thought we'd do next is actually show you just a little bit from, we thought we'll start this by showing the client experience. And so we've got a video that we'll play now that has been prepared by Danielle, who heads up our communications team. And she has put together a video about just what it looks like from the client perspective, because we thought if someone hasn't sort of had that experience yet, it's good to understand how that sort of operates. So I'm going to play that video, and you'll see in here, this is we haven't gone through and shown all the different combinations of settings. So this is a client portal set up in a fairly kind of standard way, but some of these things that are in there you can turn on or off if they weren't functions that you wanted to have operate. So I'm going to, with a bit of luck, just click on this to play this video, and then we'll jump back, and then we'll look at it from the practitioner side and from the Power Diary side, so what you'll see in your account. Okay, so I'm going to start this here, and
in this brief video, we're going to walk you through an overview of the client portal and all of the things that your clients can do once you have it set up. Let's start with book an appointment. Here, your clients can go ahead and select a location for which they would like to book an appointment. Once they've selected that, they will see all of the services that are available to book an appointment at that location. Now they will see the providers that are available to service that service at that location. If they have one in particular that they would like to see, they could select that or view the availability of all providers. From here, they will get a calendar overview of the days and times that those services are available. And once they select a time, they will see the providers that are available to book an appointment. Once they've selected that, they will go ahead and be taken to the login page, where if they already have an account, they can log in. This particular client already has an account, or they can register for an account now. Now they are on the review and confirm page. Here they can go ahead and select who they are making the appointment for, be it themselves or perhaps a family member or child. Once they've gone ahead and they've selected the person for which the appointment is for, they can also leave a note for the provider that will automatically populate back to the Power Diary platform, so the provider already has that information. Additionally, we can go ahead and update our terms and conditions within the Power Diary account, so they can go ahead and see those on the portal. They can pay for the appointment now if you've gone ahead and connected it to Stripe. And once they are done, they can click Book Now. After they've booked the appointment, they will get a confirmation page that has all the details of the appointment and return home. Back on the home page, they can see the other options they have available, be it book a class or perhaps see their upcoming or canceled appointments. Again, these are all the upcoming or canceled appointments. And if a client wishes to cancel an appointment, they can do so from the portal by clicking the X. They will receive a pop-up that they are canceling the appointment that will automatically cancel within your own internal Power Diary calendar. Back on the home page, they will see also their invoices. Here they can see all the invoices they have paid or have yet to pay. They can download them for their reference, or they can go ahead and pay them individually, or if they prefer, they can pay all. Again, be sure to connect your Power Diary account to Stripe so you can go ahead and handle client payments via the portal. And there you go. That is an overview of the client portal.
So that should give a bit of a sense of that walkthrough, that what it sort of looks like from that client end. And as I say, there's different configurations, so you can limit the settings, and Irina will take you through that so that you can have the client portal behave in different ways if it so suits you. So I'll hand over to you now, Irina, just to kind of walk people through what it looks like from the other side.
Yes, thank you, Damien. Thank you for this wonderful video. And yes, so we have seen what your clients can do with their end of the client portal. And now let us have a look at the end result for you. So when they finalize that appointment booking, what do you see when you open your calendar? So this is the overview of your calendar page. And we can see that here brought up an appointment for Chris Murphy, right? Our client child from the client portal video. And here we can see the end result. We can see the note that mom left when making an appointment. We can see the service that they have selected for booking. And also, I will tell you later how you can set up a special flag that will make this appointment stand out for you from the first glance. You'll see that it's a different color. You know, this is the color for your client portal booking, and you can see that this flag is applied. So it will give you a heads up, for example, to check for those appointment notes. And maybe you have some follow-up to do when such appointments are made. So this makes it all stand out for you, nice and easy. Beautiful. So now let us have a look at how actually to set this all up so that it all works towards your business needs. How to activate it. This will be the first step you need to do. You will see this page if you go to the setup menu client portal. The first very important thing that you maybe need to be aware of is that you can actually change that last part of your URL, which will be just a random string of digits and letters. You can change actually this into your business name, for example. So this link looks more customized and represents your business already. It is also good to do so at the beginning. Just from experience, we have come across situations when you were sharing your client portal link as it was without changing this to your business name. And then in the long run, eventually, you decided to change that. Now, what outcome this could give? Yes, you can continue using this link, but if you have shared the link previously with your clients, if you have shared the telehealth portal link already, or if you have already sent them some online forms, they will all be dependent on this particular URL. So when you change that part, this will make the links you shared previously invalid. So you will need to step in, find out what happened, why the link stopped working, resend all that. So I think it's good and fair to warn you here at the beginning. If you want to customize your link, just do it now. So once you're happy with your link, you can click on that little button to enable the portal for you. And I see Damien is nodding. Damien, do you want anything to add?
One thing I was just going to say, so this is the link that is used to access the client portal, so where you put it on the website and put it on social pages and so forth. Now, if you did change your link partway through, because there'll be lots of people watching who might have been using Power Diary for years and didn't realize that this functionality is there. So if you were to change your link, the new link will be used automatically. So let's say you send out a communication template that has a link to telehealth or new forms or anything. The new link will automatically be merged in. So it would only be if prior clients had saved the link somewhere and were always utilizing that old link. But if you've got a link going out automatically prior to telehealth, for instance, it will include the new link, in any emails that are sent after this change is made.
Yes.
So
yes. Actually, thank you, Damien. Yes, you're right. So it's not a big disaster. It's just if your clients are very diligent saving their links, the links could not work for them. But thank you. So once we have enabled the portal, you will get to the access and settings page. You see, it's pretty full on. It sets up most of your client portal features here. So let us have a look at them in more detail. So we will start with the client login. So here you can choose if you allow your clients to browse first before they need to log in and finalize the booking. And you can also allow or disable new clients from registering using those two buttons. Then the next one is, again, how you customize your client portal view to your clients. You can allow the clients to see and browse through all your practitioners, all your calendars, or you can just let them see the availability of their primary practitioner. And also you can enable, if you offer group appointments and you have already created them on your calendar, you can enable their view from here so that the clients can book themselves a spot in your class or group. Then the next portion of settings is more invoice and payments related. You can choose to show the prices of your services or not show them. You can allow the clients to have access to that list of their invoices and show your business name. You can disable your business name feature from here if you already have it in your logo, so that you don't double up on your business name. And also, if you have your Power Diary account linked with your with a Stripe account, you can select how the clients pay. So you can disable, you don't ask for any payments at the time of booking. You can make this optional and set up deposits for specific services, for example, or just allow clients to choose if they want to pay or not, or you can make this required.
Yeah, and I think just on that one there, like for those who may not have had a play with it, Stripe is a credit card processing facility or company that we sort of integrate with. So if you're not currently taking payments through Power Diary, you can activate that in your account, and Stripe will take you through a very super simple sign up process to start taking credit card payments. So you can sort of activate that, create a Stripe accounts, and literally, I mean, it's been a little while since we measured it, but I remember when we first integrated, it was something like, it might have taken, I can't remember, 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something to complete the form and start taking credit card payments. So that if when we're talking about Stripe here, that's what we're referring to as that kind of capacity to process credit cards online. And so when that's active, then you have the option here to then activate that on the client portal as well. So it works not just when people come into the practice to pay, but actually, via when they're booking as you're talking.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Damien. And one more highlighted feature here is that what we looked at before, it's where you can set up your client portal appointment flag and color code your client portal appointment. This is a bit custom feature. You can color it to your liking. And one more thing we want to have a look here is how you represent your appointment start times or availability block start times. You can select a specific, let's say, minute when it starts every 60 minutes, starts every 45, every 90 minutes. Or if you do not select any particular start time, the system will automatically adjust the start times of the appointments based on the duration of the service that the clients select. So if you offer a wide range of services with different duration, you can just not select this setting, and then if the clients select 60-minute appointment and you start working at 9 a.m., then they will see start times 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and so on. If you start at 9:30, they will see 9:30, 10:30, and so on. So the portal will adjust to the duration of the service so that you are booked mostly efficiently, as you can.
Yeah, exactly. It prevents that as much as possible, that the awkward blocks of time that are sort of left available. So that's quite helpful, isn't it? Like, trying to, it's why these couple of features were built, is to give that kind of control over, because some people will say, no, if there's available time, I want every 15 minutes. Let's say there's an hour available from, or a couple of hours, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So some people will say, I only want that 1 o'clock and the 2 o'clock available, start times to show. And other people will say, no, look, I want each 15-minute possible start time to be available, for people, because they might have, just how their clinic operates. They want to give the maximum flexibility, if you like, that if someone, let's say, they've got that 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock spot, they might be quite happy for someone to book in at 1:15 if that happens to suit, the client. So these features kind of really allow you to try to sort of customize the times that are presented and the logic that's being used to present those possible appointment times for clients to, as much as possible, avoid awkward sort of bookings that might not match, how you would like to operate.
Yeah, thank you, Damien. That's wonderful. All right, so moving on to the other side of this page. This is where you can tailor your availability even further. So if, for example, you need some time to prepare for the appointment, to collect some information about the client, you don't want to be booked like really in the next hour. So you can select if you want to allow the clients to book. They go to the portal today and they can see appointments that start 12 hours from that time. So they will be booking for tomorrow, or you can do this 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, whatever is convenient for you and how you operate. Then the next field will allow you to set up how far in advance you want to be booked. Because if you don't select anything there, you can be booked, 5 years ahead. But you may want to put that limit, and you want to be only booked for 6 months or 3 months.
Before we had this feature, we had this problem, didn't we? The people would report that. They'd say, hey guys, some patients or some clients would be very enthusiastic, shall we say. They would book out the calendar for the practitioner, sometimes years in advance, and So Practitioner said, hey, we'd like a bit more control over that, and we don't want to show that much for future availability. So let's dial it back. So it did overcome that awkward scenario. And of course, it's customizable, so you select what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, thank you, Damien. Yeah, it's actually quite a new add-on. Yeah, it was developed in my times with Power Diary already. And one more field also very helpful, very useful, is that you can actually add a gap between your appointments. So the duration of the appointment will be defined by the service the clients book. You can, as we already spoken before, define the start time of the appointment. But if you need a short break between the appointments, you can add this gap here. So if someone will book a 9 a.m. appointment for 1 hour, and the portal can add, for example, 15 minutes to it. So the next client will see the start time as 10:15, and you will definitely have that gap. And again, from experience, you may already know that you can have personal appointments on the calendar to block out some time for your own events and meetings and needs. Just be mindful that Client Portal does not apply this gap to your personal appointment. So again, if you may be booked end to end, and if, for example, your personal appointment is outside the clinic, you should be mindful about that travel time. Just from experience, what we have come up.
So in that scenario, if someone had, let's say, a lunch booked from 12 to 1, and they put that as a personal appointment, and they had the Client Portal to allow a 15-minute gap, that 15-minute gap, if I'm understanding right, wouldn't apply to the end of that lunchtime. The first appointment that the Client Portal would show would be that 2 o'clock, as soon as that personal appointment finished.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's so if you want the hour and 15-minute lunch or something, then you would need to, or like you say, if there's travel time, if you had a personal appointment, that you would add a 15-minute travel if needed, so that the actual next booking is not before you get back.
That's right. Yeah.
Just that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good tip.
Little tip from me. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Moving on. Again, this is more about showing your policies and catering for the data safety. So what it does for you, you can here set up your cancellation policy, how late or how early before the appointments the client can cancel. So for example, if you select 1 day or 2 days before the appointment, and I, as your client, go on the portal and try to cancel the appointment that I have today in the afternoon, I won't be already allowed to do that, because this is your policy, and I will have to call you and actually sort this out personally. Now, the next step, we take the data security very seriously, and we require that the clients verify their identity when they register or with you. So when they register or when they want to change their existing password, the system will send them a verification code that they will need to enter in that login or password change form. And you can here select how this code is delivered to them. It's via SMS or email, whatever is more convenient for you. Now, the next 2 blocks, this is the information that you can preset so that it appears on your Client Portal homepage for your clients. So if you have any special booking instructions for your clients, information about availability was very popular with COVID policies recently. So anything you want the clients to know about how you operate when they just go on their Client Portal homepage, you can type it up in this field called Special Booking Instructions for Clients. And the next field, this is where you can post your terms and conditions. And remember when we watched the video about the client making a booking, before they finalize the booking, they have that link where they sort of tick and they agree to those terms and conditions. So that's why if they click on that link, this is the information that they will see. Damien, do you have anything to add here?
No, I think that really nicely covers it. Thank you, Irina. And yeah, I think with the terms and conditions, that one it's particularly important because practices will have these different policies and different things that we found, through feedback over the years that they really wanted to communicate and wanted to be sure that people booking had agreed to those things, and so that was added in response to that feedback to allow, not just the sort of instructions, but actually an action that the client's taking to indicate agreement with whatever it may be that's relevant. So often it's no-show policies and things like that, late cancellation policies that people want to communicate at that point in time.
Yep, wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, and this is the bottom part of the same access and settings page, which helps you to finalize your settings for the client portal. So what it does here for you, you can set up your available times and services using those two links that you can see there. So the first one takes you to your rostering page where you can set up what hours are available for the online bookings. So let's have a look there. You will be taken away from the client portal towards the roster page of the menu. And that's where you can see all your practitioners and all their rosters. So we won't delve into the rostering deeply now. Maybe worth having another webinar about that. But whatever is relating to your client portal, we will talk about this now. So as you can see, for each location, you can create a roster for your practitioners and define their availability per day of the week. And also under each availability slot, you can see that button saying clients can book online. So that's where you define if this time block is available for online bookings or not. You can just activate that button and that's it. This time gets published on your client portal. Wonderful. Yeah, that's what I already told you about. So this location is available for your practitioner from, let's say, 9 to 12. And that's what it looks like.
And sometimes people will, they'll have different reasons, won't they, for not, they may not want, let's say like a Friday afternoon, for instance, they might say, look, I'd rather keep that time as for emergency appointments or maybe for catching up on administrative work or something, and say, look, I'll have it open internally so that if maybe the admin team, can talk to me about booking an appointment there, but I don't really want, that Friday afternoon available and have clients book into that. So this sort of kind of allows those sorts of scenarios where someone, wants to kind of still be available, but not publicly available. For that.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. From my experience working with different practitioners, I know that sometimes they like to have some availability for their existing clients, and when they see them in a session, and they can just offer them that time during the session so that the client doesn't have to go on the client portal and search for the next available spot. So again, a way to be nice to your loyal customers and clients. All right. Now the next part, we sort of jumped back to that client portal's access and settings page. And now we are having a look at the other link available there that allows you to set up your available services. So you should know that you may have a long list of services, but you have the ability to not offer every service you have online. You can choose what you want to show for the clients to book, and you may have any other special services that you want to keep for just your internal use. So if you click on that link, you will see this page. This is where there is a list of your existing services. And once you toggle on that switch on the left, it makes this service available for the client portal. Again, very nice and easy. And you can also see at the top the calendar drop down. So you can go through every practitioner and define what services this practitioner offers. Again, a lot of flexibility. One practitioner can offer just one service, another practitioner can offer 2 or 3 or more from the same set of services that you have. So that's where you will define all that. And now another step aside into configuring those services for the portal. So this is on another page, on the services setup page. This is what it will look like if you click there. Here we just highlighted the sections of the service setup that is reflected on the client portal, which is the name of the service, its description. So that's where you can tell your clients a bit more about this service and what they are booking, some special specific details they need to know. Then the duration will be reflected as well. So they will be able to see how long it lasts. The category, this is another setting that you can assign to a service, and I don't think we showed that on the video, but when the clients make a booking, they can filter the offered services by location or by category. So if you're a multidisciplinary clinic and you offer psychology, physiotherapy, and I don't know, dietitian services, for example, the people can search and book from the physiotherapy services only. So they don't get overwhelmed by the amount of services that you offer. The price, if you chose to show the price of your services, will be drawn from here. And again, those links in the client portal column will allow you to define what calendars offer this service online. So you will be just clicking on that link. And we are now taking a look inside an individual service settings. That's where you set up all those fields. And again, just an overview, which of these fields will be reflected on the portal. We've spoken about name, description, duration, and price already. And one more thing that is great to know is the portal deposit. So this is where you will set up your deposit for this particular service. If you make the payments on the client portal optional, but you really decide to collect full payment or a partial payment for a specific service or services, right? So for example, your price can be $170 and you collect $50 deposit, which is equal to your late cancellation or no-show fee. And this is a very nice way to support your cash flow and just do not have that maybe daunting need to chase up, cancel.
Well, we tend to find too, right, that if there is let's say someone doesn't want to collect full payment, but they are collecting a deposit, that the attendance rates are much, much higher than if there is no deposit taken. So again, it can have an impact on client behavior, and they know they've already paid that deposit, so it sticks in their mind more that it's important to attend. And like you said, of course, if they don't attend, well, and you've already collected the non-attendance fee, so that removes the need to chase it and removes the awkward conversation about it as well.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, so we have basically covered the most full-on setup page for the client portal where you defined everything, but there are still really nice and helpful things to know about. And we are moving on to the next setup page, which is portal notifications. This is just under the access and settings. And here, what it does for you. you can set up those automatic notifications that Damien already spoke about for different scenarios. So if you allow new clients to register through your portal, this is where you will set up that automatic communication so that the practitioner who the client registered with will receive an email or SMS, whatever you choose, saying, hey, you have a new client. And then the client themselves can receive registration confirmation email where you can embed those online forms for the new clients, intake forms, consent forms, all that necessary information. And you can also introduce your clinic to the client, let them know any special little things about, I don't know, parking, open hours, whatever they need to know about you. This will be just shooted out to them automatically once they finalize registration. And to also help your administrative team to chase up all those new registrations, you can define which email addresses will receive automatic notification from your portal, and they will also know that you have this many new clients registered this day, for example.
So in there, do you find typically people would add maybe the practice manager or the administrative team, so you can kind of essentially free text, enter any email addresses that you want those notifications to sort of go to. And would any other scenarios you think, or typically it's administrative team that would get that, or yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And actually in the larger clinics where you have more than one, so it's not just you a sole practitioner, but this is a bigger clinic, you may deactivate the calendar contact notification. Maybe your practitioners don't need even to be thinking about that. Their job is to work with the clients, and your operations team, operations manager is someone who is actually observing and controlling this part of the business. Yeah. So if you deselect the first button, the practitioners won't receive those emails, and operations manager, admin team lead, reception team, they will be notified. And yes, it can be more than one address. Yeah, it can be multiple addresses set up in that last part. Now, the second scenario, it's when the new appointment is created. Every time a client books an appointment, you can also set up a set of notifications that will be triggered. Again, your calendar contact, your practitioner, can be notified. Your client obviously will be notified that they booked successfully. And here again, you can embed more online forms if you are sending out questionnaires before an appointment, like diet diary or DAS questionnaires for psychology, and more. So all those automatic things will go out, and the clients will come to your appointment already prepared, all information submitted. And again, the select email addresses from your team can also be notified about those appointments being made. And again, you can deactivate any or all of them if you don't want this communication to happen, if your business process works differently. It's all up to you. And the last part here, it's for the cancellations. Again, when the client goes into portal, clicks on that red cross to cancel, and they are allowed to cancel, again, the practitioner, the client themselves, and someone in your team will be notified if this is your procedure. Anything to add here, Damien?
No, I think that covers it really nicely. It's a powerful set of features that, as you say, they're set up in that way. It means that it's all happening automatically, and everyone who needs to know gets whatever information you want them to get automatically, which is always good. Reduce that administrative burden and overhead.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Now, if you notice, there is that little blue edit template under each template setting on the right. So let's take a look into. So if you click on that link under the template that you've selected, you will be taken to the communications templates page. That's where you can set up or update those emails or SMSs that you chose to send to the clients from the portal. So for example, this is the new client welcome email. That's where you will define the information that the clients see. So at the top right, this is the client-facing setting where you will define the email address and the business name that the email comes to them, and obviously the email subject to draw their attention. Then you can use a number of available merge fields to customize that email, including client first name, any other information you want to link. And this is where you will merge all those online forms for the clients that you collect when you take them in. And yeah, you can link your client portal here as well for their safekeeping. Yeah, so they obviously already logged in, but they will receive that email where the link will be saved. And if they lose it, misplace it, they can always just search up for that email and find the link again. And another interesting thing maybe I wanted to tell you about, it's that appointment booking confirmation that you are sending to the client and how to make the best use of it. So also set up on the same page. Again, the information facing the client at the top right. And what's important, using the merge fields, you can automatically populate this email with all the appointment information, when it starts, who's the practitioner, where it's happening, all the location information. But again, if you are linked with the online payments platform Stripe, you can also include the merge field that will generate the pay link for the clients. So they do have an option to pay through the portal, or you may disable the option to pay through the portal. But if you add this link, they will just click on it, the payment form will come up, and they will pay for this particular appointment. Also very convenient. And another merge field, very useful now, it's the appointment add to calendar. It generates that file that helps the client to automatically create a calendar event in their online calendars, be it Gmail, Outlook, any other online calendars that they use. Very user-friendly, I think, and the clients have even less chance to forget about the appointment. All right. Now, one more page that is accessible for your settings is your business branding. By default, it will show Power Diary logo, which we love very much, but obviously you may want to see your business logo on that page. So that's where you can upload it. Again, set up client portal, the same page, and the next one up is the branding, and that's very easy. You just click upload image, select your business logo, upload it there, and that's it. And this image will show on your client portal when clients click on that link, and it will also show on the online forms when you send it to them. Yeah, so online forms and client portal, that's where you will place your branding. And I guess that's about it about how to set this up. And now when it's all ready and good to go and you've checked, you can always create a test client and have a run, practice run before you go live with your client portal, just to make sure everything works as you want it to work. And now the question is how to get this link to your clients. And maybe Damien will tell us about that.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Irina. That's a really nice walkthrough of those settings and the things that you can do. And of course, our support team is available always to help you with that. So if you're not sure, you want to get a certain behavior, you're not sure how to do it, then do contact and we can certainly help. Now, looking at the sharing your client portal, and I'm mindful of the time that we are coming to the end, but this part won't take too long. So what we have here is the link that Irina was referring to. So in the setup client portal, you'll see that link, and we were talking about that you can customize it. You'll see a little copy link, and now with that link, that will take people directly to the client portal. So wherever you place that, however, wherever someone clicks on that, it's always going to take them directly there. So you, for instance, can take that client portal link and embed it into your emails. For instance, you can embed it into reminders or whatever you like, and it will always take them to where you want them to go. However, the other ways that people typically use it they'll embed that client portal link into their website. So there will be, perhaps they'll put a button on their website that says, hey, book an appointment. And depending on the website builder, we won't go into all of that because it's probably a whole another webinar. But if you build it yourself, you'll no doubt know how to do this. But if you just find like a button, add to client portal, add the link to that button, and away you go. If you use a company to develop your website, all you need to do is send them the link and say, I want people to use this link to book. Can you please add it to my website? They'll be able to do that. It's a very, very simple job. Usually take 5 or 10 minutes or so to add. So that's where the websites, I definitely recommend that you do that. You've got traffic to your website anyway, so you want to give people a way to take action from their site. Okay, then on social media, so you can actually add it to Facebook and Instagram. So you can add it. You'll see in your business profile, there's an opportunity to add your website or a URL in there, and you can actually link people directly to your client portal. And a lot of it's becoming more common these days too for people not to have a website at all, and they just use their social pages. So this is a great way that you can utilize this if you've got just a Facebook or Insta account, and that's what you use to communicate, with clients in a more broad setting. You can just add this, allow people to sort of take action. And you'll see, for instance, on the right-hand side, where we've got this book now graphic. This is an example of a Power customer where they've made this this post for Insta, I think, or it might have been a reel, and they've just shown customers, hey, this is how to book appointments, and they've created that post and included the link in that so that their clients can just click on it and go straight through. So it gives people easy access to your client portal. And then finally, in the Google profile, if you don't have a Google business profile, definitely recommend that you get one. It's great for SEO. It's great for assisting search engines and, importantly, patients and referrers to find you, so that they're free. So if you don't have one, get yourself one. Just go to Google and search Google Business, and you'll be able to set one up. But when you do have that, you can also add your client portal directly to that profile, which means that if people are searching for you specifically or a practitioner in your area and you pop up as a business, then they'll have a link directly to your client portal. It means that they can book that appointment straight away, and you've got yourself a new client or patient. So it's very simple to do. Again, we can't get in and do the actual changes to websites. Sometimes people will ask us to do that. So we can't get into your website and actually make the change, but we can give some advice or point you in the right direction if you are a bit stuck or unsure how to do it. Definitely get in contact, and we can at least point you in the right direction. But it is a very simple job. Get it out there as many places as you can, because it keeps it just makes it easy when people are looking for you. Okay, that is the end of what we had to present to you today. So thank you very much, Irina, for sharing your expertise, and I know you're working with Power Diary practices and customers every day with this, and so look, thank you very much for sharing that experience, and I hope that this has been helpful, to everyone out there. And by all means, jump on it, and any questions at all, jump through and speak to our team. We've got live chat, and you can get us via email, and within your Power Diary account itself, you can click the contact us. There's lots of ways to reach out. Do let us know. Irina and the team are ready to help, and get the maximum benefit from your client portal. So thank you very much, and goodbye for now.
Thank you very much, and hope to see some of you face to face. Feel free to book a Zoom with me and my colleagues, and we will help you set up your client portal or anything else you need in your Power Diary account. Thank you.